Hi guys and welcome back to Tommy's Starcraft. This is your host Tommy with another Starcraft Remastered replay for you guys, and a great PvZ here, PvT excuse me, between these two great players. Let me just start by introducing the players to you guys. In the upper part of the map, in the orange, it is Legend, and his opponent is going to be none other spawning here in the lower part of the map as the white Terran. It is Flash. So in case you're new to StarCraft, Flash of course is being known to be the best Terran there ever was in the period of 2005 until 2050. Now currently he is serving in the South Korean army, as it is mandatory of course to do your service time there. And the map they're playing out is Outsider, a very beautiful map here with lots of lava spawns you're going to see. So let's just see what is players have prepared to us. Legend of course opening up here with a casual pylon as they close in, and at those 9 worker count. Pretty standard here by both players. Legend of course very interesting as he's also facing a Legend here as Flash, of course, like I told you guys, a very strong strong Terran of course. Legend is of course a very talented Protoss player as himself. You can see it of course for the high APM, as both players are trying to get their actions per minute as high as possible, just to have a great reaction, just to have a great connaissance of the game. So pretty standard here by both players. No gateway yet here for Legend. He's moving already out with his probe. He might do a fast expansion here. A very beautiful map, like I told you guys. There's a nice lava spawn here. And we have a little bit of a greedy gameplay here of course for Legend. There is no gateway, just a pylon, as he goes straight into a expansion. Given the fact that this map allows this expansion is of course protected here by these minerals. Let's have a look at Flash's base. His gas is already being done. Going to finish his barracks as well. So a gas first into barracks here by Flash. No expansion yet for him. This might change of course, he might do an expansion here. No, he actually decides to move out with his SCVs just to scout the position of his enemy. The same can be said here by Legend. Those players wish to know exactly where their opponents are. Luckily for Flash, his SCV is heading into the right direction. Finally the gateway is being placed, so is this pylon and the gas. So in comes Flash with his SCVs. He's not going to see an expansion here, as Legend did a nice job here hiding it in the lower part of his Terran. SCV sees of course everything that's going on. He's going to stay as much as possible here. Legend might have an idea now where exactly Flash is. Of course he's here, but Flash is already blocking this ramp here, this entrance, with this marine in the front and with this supply depots and barracks. So sadly for Legend, he's not going to know exactly what Flash is up to. He might even kill this probe here, tries to block it. Probe is being taken out, so the first damage is being done here by Flash. Small victory for him, taking out that probe. Also securing his base here, not allowing any detection here for the Protoss. At the same time his SCV is moving out. Flash is scouting this position. Now he sees that there is a hidden fast expansion, so of course he's going to follow up with an expansion by himself. At the same time this SCV is moving out here, so let's just see what exactly he is going to do here. Perhaps another expansion, or just waits for a moment. His SCV is still alive. He did a great job with his scouting. 2 gateways are out. Cybernetic scores. Of course Protoss is going to transition into Dragoons, and he's also placing a robotics facility. We have a nice he's going to try to trick here and move his vulture. He glitch him through, so really nice trick here for you guys once again here by Flash. You can abuse this spawning point, and look at that, he's even taken out a probe and also denying that mining time. So with an SCV of course, with the SCV's mines, you can push this vulture through this position. So really nicely done here by Flash. At the same time Legend is moving out here with the Zealots, however not able to reach this marine. Going to deal some damage to this supply depot. In comes the Dragoon, so the marine might be in a little bit of trouble, but there's already a tank out on the map, so Legend has to push away here. Of course he did deal a little bit of damage, he did show himself a little bit of aggression, but this vulture is such a nice placement here for Flash. denying this mining time here. Really great stuff here by him, also teaching us that it is possible to punish your opponent if he is expanding here. In comes the Dragoon finally, but so much mining time has been lost here thanks to this trick by Flash. Great stuff here by him. Finally the probes should be transferred back. There they are. Let's have a look at the follow-up here for Legend. No. Perhaps there will be some Weavers, perhaps there will be a dropship. More and more Dragoons are being produced. Some mines, nicely hidden mines here for Flash, just to defend this position here. Some observers are muchly needed here by Legend. Finally his observatory is being finished, and I think this is exactly what he wants to, just to detect those mines placed by Flash. His expansion is finally mining. Dragoons are of course protecting this location now. Also Flash is mining as well. We have a third expansion here for Legend, so a little bit of a advantage here for him, as Flash is only sitting at 2 bases. In comes the drop here by Flash with those 4 vultures. What is he going for? Let's just have a look. Places a mine here, might deal so much splash damage here. Indeed, even takes out a probe or 2. Actually more and more probes are being targeted. Really great stuff here by Flash. Even puts another mine here. 3 mines here. There is no observer yet out here for Legend, so he needs to be careful. More and more probes are being killed here. They're being 2-shotted here by those vultures. So much damage here being dealt here by Flash. Nice drop here by him, as Legend falls to 21 workers versus the 37 here for Flash. Good stuff here by him. Nice abusement with that dropship and great mining placement, but luckily for Legend he has an observer. So more and more damage is being dealt here by Flash versus Legend. Very, very abusive, very strong. Legend of course has his third up, and Flash only at 2 bases, but this is very likely going to change. Look, yes indeed, Flash is building here his expansion. Now we have another drop here with those siege tanks, but Legend this time prepared with those Dragoons and with that dropship. Flash has to pull of course back. Still microing here this dropship with that siege tank, but in the end of course Legend holds and is able to recover slowly but steadily, now at 27 workers. Flash also builds a expansion here. He even has this expansion here, so already very, very greatly macro orientated game here by him, as things are slowly steadily calming down. Flash of course expanding like I told you guys, even expanding here, but Legend is not going to allow this. He's of course going to punish Flash at the same time he punished him. Flash has to cancel this expansion. Moves out now with his vultures just to place as many mines as possible. This location is nicely defended here by Legend. There is even an observer here, just of course to, in case the vultures are coming in, just to detect those mines. So once again things are settling down. Let's have a look at the base of Legend. Still those 3 gateways with the robotics facilities. Yet no other units being placed. No hub siring storm. Let's have a look at this building. There's a forge indeed, so perhaps he's going for some cannons just to defend his base better. Perhaps he's going for his upgrades. Much needed upgrades of course for his zealots. Zealots leg should also be upgraded. Let's have a look at Flash's base. He had 3 factories here, even builds a armory for his upgrades. Another expansion being built here for him, and yet another expansion here. So basically both players are a little bit defensive now, as to they wish to mine as much possible. They wish to their economy to kick in, just to then later macro up as strongly as possible and build as many units as possible. Probably Flash is going to transfer into siege tanks and Goliaths. We know this from many Terrans. Of course a great strategy versus the Protoss. In case the Protoss goes to carriers, he can easily defend with those Goliaths. Goliaths of course great against any arbiter aggression. And siege tanks on the ground really good, backed up by vultures against Dragoons with zealots. So let's just see a follow up here. There are of course Dragoons with zealots. Zealots in the front should soak up all of those mines from the Terrans, just dealing splash damage. We even have a Protoss Stargate here. No fleet beacon yet, so We might see some arbiters, of course. Arbiters very great for the Protoss. They can do great drops, they can do great recalls here on the main from the Terran, just to kill as many production facilities as possible. We have a nice engagement here once again by Flash with those vultures. He just denied so much mining time, and he's still up 10 workers against Legend. Legend once again has to pull some units here. And if you look at the map, more and more presence here by Flash. Is just trying to expand all over the map. He's even placing some mines here just not to allow any expansion here for Legend. At the same time abusing, of course, this position here with those vultures. So good tactics here shown by him as he forces Legend into a more defensive gameplay. Not going to expand here, of course. He decides to expand here at this lower left location, sends out his vultures just to check if and where Legend decides to expand, but there is no expansion here, so Flash in a really good position here. He has those siege tanks, no upgrade yet on those siege tanks. He is going to move through here, but backed up by those siege tanks, of course, dealing so much splash damage. This one siege tank might get taken out here by the Dragoons. They are coming SCVs just to repair it. Such a great position here for Flash with those SCVs. He's being able to hold and push Legend back. So he's going to hold this position and mine from it, and also taking this position here from which Legend has no idea. Nice drop here by Flash with those vultures. Those vultures are taking themselves out with those mines. And there's even a siege tank here, of course. He has been dropped with a dropship. Flash poking a little bit at the main of the Protoss, and even killing so many probes here with those vultures. So much damage here, economic damage here being done here by those drive-through from Flash with those vultures. Really great stuff here by him, just damaging his opponent as much as possible, killing so many probes as possible, and even placing those mines on the map. Look at the splash damage out of those mines, killing just so many units here for the Protoss. Flash showing us the value of these vultures. They're very fast, and the Protoss has to wait for his observer. At the same time, the Protoss has dropped to 40 workers, while Flash already at 71 workers. And once again he's moving out with more and more of these vultures, backed up by tanks. Very great stuff here shown to us by Flash. Let's have a look at the follow-up here. Siege tanks might siege up here. Once again he's denying that. Mining time, he's very likely going to take out this cannon. So once again the Protoss not able to mine from this location. This other location has been, so many probes have been killed here. So like I told you, slowly but steadily Flash is punishing his opponent here, just dealing so much economic damage against him. Legend on the recovery with these 50 workers, but Flash already at 72, like I told you. And if you look at the map, Flash is all over the map. He did leave his vultures here, mines here, some vultures are here. So he just wants to know exactly what his opponent is up to. He's not going to allow any expansion here for him, and even abusing those drop ships more and more against Legend. Legend already in a little bit of trouble here, as Flash slowly but steadily moves out. There's mines all over the place, vultures in the front. Let's have a look at the upgrades. Let's have a look at the siege tank 0 to 1 upgrades here. Arbiter is being placed. There is scan. There are no science vessel here, so this could be a good position here for Legend. Legend moves out. Nice stealthy trap here against those tanks. Good stuff here for this Arbiter. Arbiter, of course, a much needed unit against the Terran, thanks to their recall, like I told you guys, but also stasis trap is very, very strong here. Flash already at 2.5k minerals. He looks very, very strong. However, this time he needs to defend here. We defends with mines, with those siege tanks in the back. Good choke point here for him. Good splash damage being dealt here for him with those siege tanks. So he's able, of course, to hold. These tanks are, of course, exposed, and as soon as the stasis trap expires, these tanks will, sadly for Flash, be taken out. Here we go, even a scan goes out just to deal some splash damage here by Flash, but at the same time, once again, Flash even being able to kill this expansion with his vultures. So Flash all over the place, even expanding here. Even though Legend might think that he is an advantage, he doesn't calculate the fact that Flash has so much minerals left in his bank, and his factories should produce as many units as possible. Look at that, he has 4 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, even 10 factories now for Flash, as his economy of course is strongly kicking in with those 70 workers here by him. Legend with a very small group here of Dragoons is going to be able to clear this position, but in the end he's only mining from 2 bases. His main is very likely going to get depleted pretty soon. Flash of course is going to finally lose this expansion here, as Legend is punishing here the great move out here by Flash, so he's not going to allow any more of this aggression. So let's just have a look at the follow-up here. I see a move out here by Flash with those vultures. Finally he has a science vessel even too. Of course you need those science vessels just to detect the invisible units here by Legend, thanks to that Arbiter. Flash is moving forward. The Arbiter is a little bit exposed here. There are some Goliaths. Mines are being placed. Siege tanks are sieging up. Zealots in the front of course just to soak up those mines, just to deal that splash damage. Some Dragoons in the back are trying to deal as much damage as possible, but Flash holds his position. Of course he's going to suffer some units, but in the end his macro game is a little bit too strong here. He did have some casualties, but he holds, and he is going to move very likely forward here. Some of his reinforcements are moving in on the map. Of course science vessel also can be used with that EMP shockwave, dealing so much damage to the shields of the Protoss. Here we go, another move out by Flash. His reinforcements have moved out. Some mines are being placed. Those Dragoons are trying to take down these tanks. More and more Dragoons are joining in the fight. Flash has to retreat his science vessel, and slowly but steadily this is being cleared out. At the same time Flash has moved into this location, not allowing here any mining here for Legend, as the army for Legend is slowly but steadily dwindling here. He might even walk into those mines. Needs to be careful. Splash damage being dealt against those Zealots, Goliaths, and more reinforcements are coming in here for Flash. Flash even clearing this position. Very nice gameplay here by him. His economy is of course allowing him to do this. This Arbiter might get taken out. Slowly but steadily Flash is moving forward here. He's already maxed out that 200 supply. Places all of those mines in the front. Nice Stasis trap here against those tanks. But this looks very good for Flash, as he has more and more reinforcements coming in here for him. Vultures in the front are being able to take out those Zealots and Dragoons, and look at that. Legend, he did also have a good economy, 1600 minerals, but in the end Flash just punishing him all over the map, killing this expansion, this early expansion here, also being punished here by Flash. Notice that he left some units here just to not allow any mining here, and if you look at the map right now you can see that Flash is all over the map, expanding all over the map, just abusing the fact that his economy is so strong, so he's really securing his advantage here on the map. Legend with a nice hold, but it was just way too much for him to handle. Of course, very aggressive gameplay here by Flash, not allowing any expansion. I hope you guys enjoyed this replay. I see you guys in the next game. Thank you guys so much for watching.